All right. Well, speaking of movies, Adrian, about a week ago, somebody asked us to rank our Spider-Man movies.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's see. You got some paper there. You
I
got a
got some
little
paper.
list. All right. I got one here too. So what I'll do is, you already got your. I'll give mine, and then you give yours. So we're gonna rank all of the Spider-Man movies, and this is inclusive of the animated movies. There's been 10 total.
Right.
You have the first three Tobey Maguire movies. You have two Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. You have three Tom Holland movies. And then you have two animated Into the Spider-Verse movies. We're not counting what was it? There's like some weird one in the 70s or something.
Which is actually on my list too.
Okay, well, you have that one.
Yeah,
All right,
but,
well,
you know.
hey, we're rule fluid here, Adrian. I don't have that one because I've never
That's
seen
all
it,
right.
so I shouldn't rank a movie I've never seen.
There you go.
That's a rule that we follow that most people do not.
Actually, that's not a movie. So it's at the bottom anyway, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter. But it's
All
a nice honorable mention.
Okay.
Because
There you go.
it actually did a pretty decent job.
Got it.
It was a show.
It's an
TV show.
honorable mention, you say.
Yep.
But one of the things that's different about us, a lot of things, but one of the most important is we're not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to rank a fucking movie I didn't see. So, anyways, all right, this is my list, starting with number 10. Now we did both say last week there has not been a bad Spider-Man movie.
Correct.
After going through this list, do you still feel that way?
Yep.
Okay. So, number 10 on my list, the worst Spider-Man movie of all time is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is my number 10. I don't hate this movie, but I hate some of the shit they did in this movie. So, my number 9 is Spider-Man 3. This I don't hate this movie like a lot of that was, I guess, a rebuttal from a lot of people when I said that there wasn't a bad movie. It's like, what about Spider-Man 3? It was so bad. You hate the dancing scene in this movie, right?
Yeah.
That's probably one of your worst comic moments.
Yeah, sure.
But I wouldn't say it's a bad movie.
Okay.
So, and then let's see, Spider-Man 3 is my number 9. Number 10 is The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one.
You mean you're number 8? You've already
Number
done
8,
10.
yeah, my bad.
Got it.
Yeah, hey, scratch that, redo that. Okay, my number 8 is The Amazing Spider-Man. That movie, I thought it was fun. I do like Garfield's Spider-Man. I know you don't.
No.
I do not like his Peter Parker. That is, I think he was like, a lot of people say he's too cool to be Peter. He's fucking skateboarding. He's extra funny. What I liked about his Spider-Man, one, the look, the body type, like he is built more like the Spider-Man, at least I'm used to in the comics.
Which Tobey Maguire has now grown into.
Okay. But what I didn't like, or another thing I liked, was him as Spider-Man. He talked a lot of shit, dude, like when he's fighting and at the villains. Like, I think Tom Holland does it, but he does it more like he's talking shit to Iron Man or people, his friends. Garfield really captured that comic book. I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to play with you. I'm going to tease you a little bit. I think he did a much better job of that. And you could argue that's the writing, but, you know, hey, he's the one in the movie. I can't fucking not give him credit for it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? All right, number 7, Spider-Man Homecoming, the first Spider-Man or Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I like this movie. I do think like I said, it's better than the other ones I mentioned, number 7. It's not that high up for me. I agree with a lot of people's critique about the fact that it does rely heavily on Iron Man. You know, I mean, even look at the fucking poster. He's right there. So Spider-Man Homecoming. My number 6 movie is the OG Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire film. I think that Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, see, it's a Freudian slip.
There you go.
Tobey Maguire is the best on-screen Peter Parker we've had.
I agree with that.
I think Garfield is the best Spider-Man, and I think Tom Holland does both of them better.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know, if you could take Holland's or Garfield's Spider-Man and merge him with Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, it'd be the perfect match. But we can't do that, so we're not gonna. My number 5 movie is Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mm.
Tom Holland's second chance at, or second Spider-Man solo movie in the MCU. I say kind of the same issues with the first one. Is it's held up a little bit by the Nick Fury inclusion, which we find out he's a Skrull later on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dislike the Mysterio in this movie as much as most people.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of falls under the lines of like Mysterio was never my favorite Spider-Man villain in the first place.
Yeah, but the authenticity of what
Yeah.
Mysterio was, they just completely
Yeah,
shat up on
they
that.
did if you look at it. But I didn't, it didn't bother me as much. I thought Jake
Mhm.
Gyllenhaal did a decent job. Some of the visuals in this movie were phenomenal.
Sure.
Like those drone scenes, the nightmare scene, like some of those are some of the top Spider-Man visuals in live action.
It's crazy when you do a movie using CGI about using CGI.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the I like the loss of Tony Stark, how it's felt in this movie too. That was a good component. It started on that almost, he's off on his own, and then the cliffhanger it ends on where everyone knows he's Peter Parker now.
Right.
That doesn't get talked about enough. I think there's so many big moments in these movies that we're almost desensitized to them, but that's a fucking pretty big way to end a movie.
Sure.
And when No Way Home didn't come out for a couple years after that, so it's not Infinity War snap level, but it was a fucking jarring ending at the time. Number 4 is Spider-Man 2. Dude, for a long time, this was up there with my top movies of all time, comic book wise. Spider-Man 2, I think, is phenomenal. I forget the guy's name who plays Doc Ock. He was great in this. And yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about it. But moving on. Number 3 movie, number 3 Spider-Man movie for me is Spider-Man No Way Home. The third Tom Holland movie. This is where we bring everybody in together, Adrian. Tobey Maguire shows up. Andrew Garfield shows up. You got Norman Osborn. Willem Dafoe's in there. Doc Ock is back. Jamie Foxx's Electro gets his redemption. He looks fucking phenomenal in this movie. He looks the opposite of phenomenal in the first go-around in
Right.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. This was, dude, it was solid, like beyond solid. It was a great, and they did a great job of the multiverse stuff in a way where it didn't seem too much, because that's the one, I guess, concern about the multiverse is it's a lot to try to understand
Right.
from a casual fan standpoint. I mean, those of us that have read comics, a little easier, but I think they did a great job of that. I like the Doctor Strange inclusion. And people give these movies a lot of shit for always having, you got Iron Man, you got Nick Fury, you got Doctor Strange. Well, the reason why is that is a Sony mandate.
Right.
Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man. Sony allows, I know it sounds weird, allows the MCU to include Spider-Man in their movies. One condition, one agreement they have is they have to also include a top MCU character in the movie, which is why Iron Man was in the first one, why Nick Fury was in the second one, and why Doctor Strange was in the third one.
Right.
So that's why. Don't give them shit about it. Number 2. Now, if you're paying attention, Adrian, my top 3 through 7 are all of the live action movies.
Right.
So what's left are 2 animated movies. So yes, there are 2 animated movies that, in my opinion, are better than every other Spider-Man movie.
There you go.
My number 2 is Into the Spider-Verse. Phenomenal movie. I was putting a bed together for my daughter the other day, and while I was doing that on her TV, I just threw this movie on in the background because of how amazing it is, the sound, the visuals. So, when I'm tired of screwing shit in with this little fucking Allen wrench, I can just look up and see Spider-Man. I think this scene that's on the cover here, the leap of faith, they call it, when Miles is on the side of the building and he really wants to go, hang out with the rest of the spider people.
Right.
And he's been told by Peter and others it's just a leap of faith, like, because he wants to know, like, how will I know when I'm ready to be with you all? And they're like, you won't know. It's just a leap of faith. You got to take it. And this fucking scene in the end, when he's on the building and then he jumps off and he actually cracks the glass because of his powers, right? And he's leaping down, but the way it's shot is they flip it around to look like he's rising up.
Right.
Dude, I'm getting fucking chills just talking about it. It's just a phenomenal, the music, the visuals, like I talk about some of the visuals in Far From Home. This is one of the best Spider-Man visuals in any movie,
Right.
period.
Right.
So that is my number 2. And yes, you've guessed it if you've been keeping track. Number 1 is Across the Spider-Verse. I'm not even going to say anything because I've said so much about this movie. It's phenomenal. It is. I said this before, and I have not seen a movie that's better than this in a comic book setting yet. This
Right.
is the top comic book movie of all time. If anyone ever said, hey, I've never seen anything comic related, what should I watch? Those 2 movies.
Right.
Because those are the best that we've ever seen of taking a comic book and bringing it to life on screen, in my opinion.
Got
So
it.
that's my opinion, Adrian. What the fuck is yours?
Well, mine's a little different,
Okay.
but the animated are in the top 2
Got it.
also. So mine are, and I'm not going to do the deep dive like you did because you've already done them. Number 10, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
9, Spider-Man 3. 8, The Amazing Spider-Man.
We're at the same.
Spider-Man Far From Home, number
Ooh.
7. Let me see. Number 6 is Spider-Man Homecoming,
Okay.
and then Spider-Man 2. Then let me see, where am I? 4.
4, yep.
I'm gonna go with that's 1 and 2. Because I wrote this, and then as you're talking about it, I'm like,
Change it up.
maybe got a little
I
point there.
influenced you, yeah.
So let me go with this. Let's say this is 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4. So that makes this 5, and then 6. So Spider-Man Homecoming 6, Spider-Man No Way Home 5, Spider-Man 2 4, Spider-Man 3, because I got a thing for first. So Spider-Man was the first breakout for Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
So it kind of, reprised the
Okay.
Spider-Man. So to me, that's always, the first is always a special thing to me.
And that's number 3 for you.
That's number 3.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the same thing with the animated, even though Across the Spider-Verse was a spectacular thing visually.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse, number 1 for me because it was the first.
Okay.
So 1 and 2 on the animated.
Got it. So pretty close. Few big.
Yep.
I think 2 of the biggest changes were you had Homecoming above Far From Home.
Right.
So you like Homecoming better than Far From Home?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was it?
It's the fucking glow boy head thing. That kind of
the
like
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That kind of like fucked it for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably the big. And then you had Spider-Man, but you explained like the first ones, I guess, leave an impression on you.
Yes.
Right. You had that above Spider-Man 2, but for the most part, and this was a fun thing to rank because they're all good.
Yeah.
It's easy when they suck. You're like, put that fucking shit Madam Web way at the bottom and Thor Love and Thunder and all that. We had none of those here.
Right. Just like even Thor, even Iron Man. I mean, there were, with Iron Man, I wouldn't say there was better than 1, but the 1 is always nostalgic for me because they introduced the first Thor. They were probably better.
Sure.
But, the first one was, introduced it all.
Right.